Introduction: the battle against time, drowning in procrastination. The clock ticked away, each second slipping like grains of sand through Adam's fingers. His to-do list sat untouched, mocking him from the edge of his desk. He had dreams. Big ones. He wanted to start his own business, write a book, get in shape. Yet, here he was, scrolling mindlessly through social media, convincing himself that tomorrow would be different. Tomorrow came, and then the next day. Each morning, he promised himself he'd take action, but by nightfall, regret and self-loathing settled in like old friends. It wasn't that he lacked intelligence or ambition. He simply couldn't break free from the invisible chains of procrastination. Then one day, something changed. He looked around at his life and realized he had become a spectator in his own story. He wasn't living. He was waiting. For motivation, for inspiration, for the right time. But deep down, he knew the right time would never come. Enough was enough. That day, Adam made a decision. He would no longer be a passive player in his own life. He would become a warrior, fighting against the enemies of progress, distraction, self-doubt, and wasted potential. And that's when everything changed. The time warrior concept. You may not realize it yet, but right now, you are in a battle. This is not a battle fought with swords or shields, but one fought with choices, habits, and mindset. The enemy? Time slipping through your hands. The distractions pulling you away from your goals. The self-doubt whispering that you aren't capable. You were not meant to live in this constant war of avoidance and regret. You were designed to take action, to create, to achieve. But to do that, you must become a time warrior. Someone who doesn't wait for the perfect moment, but creates it. Someone who doesn't let fear, laziness, or doubt dictate their actions. Someone who takes control of their day, and by doing so, takes control of their life. This book will not give you yet another generic productivity system. It is not about color-coding your calendar or mindlessly following a to-do list. It is about warfare, mental warfare, against the forces keeping you stagnant. If you're tired of being stuck, if you're ready to reclaim your time, then it's time to step onto the battlefield. Why this book matters. Time is the most valuable resource you have. More valuable than money, talent, or connections. You can lose money and earn it back. You can build skills over time. But once time is gone, it's gone forever. Every day that passes is another you will never get back. Look at the most successful people in the world. They have the same 24 hours as you. The difference? They know how to use them. They don't allow distractions to steal their focus. They don't let procrastination win. They make time work for them instead of being a slave to it. This book will show you how to do the same. Imagine what your life could look like if procrastination wasn't holding you back. If you woke up every morning with a clear mission and the discipline to execute it. If a year from now, you looked back and saw tangible results instead of wasted potential. That's what becoming a time warrior is all about. How to approach this audiobook. This is not a book you simply listen to and forget. It is a book you must engage with. Apply its strategies, revisit its lessons, treat it like a manual for war, your war against wasted time. 1. Listen actively. Don't just consume this content passively. Take notes. Highlight key takeaways. 2. Take immediate action. Every chapter will include practical steps. Apply them now, not later. 3. Re-listen when needed. If you feel yourself slipping back into old habits, come back. The battle against time never ends, but with the right weapons, you can always stay ahead. You have 2 choices right now. You can listen to this audiobook, feel inspired for a moment, and then go back to your usual routine. Or you can make a decision, right here, right now, to transform the way you approach time forever. The battle has begun. Will you rise as a warrior? Chapter 1. Understanding the enemy. Why we procrastinate. The science of procrastination. How your brain tricks you. Picture this. You have a major deadline looming. It's important and you know you should start working on it, but instead you find yourself scrolling through social media, reorganizing your desk, or watching just one more episode of your favorite show. You're aware of the delay. You feel guilty about it, but somehow you can't stop. Why? Because your brain is wired to procrastinate. At the core of procrastination is a battle between 2 forces in your brain. Instant gratification, dopamine addiction. Your brain craves quick rewards. Every time you check your phone, eat junk food, or binge watch a show, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This reward system was designed for survival, to push us toward food, comfort, and pleasure. But in today's world, it often works against us. Fear of failure, avoidance mechanism. Sometimes we procrastinate not because we're lazy, but because we're afraid. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. Instead of facing that fear, our brain convinces us to avoid the task altogether, tricking us into thinking we'll feel more ready later. Cognitive overload, decision fatigue. The more decisions you have to make, the more exhausted your brain becomes. When faced with overwhelming tasks, your brain chooses the easiest option, to delay action. Procrastination isn't about time management, it's about brain management. If you don't learn how to control your brain's natural tendencies, you'll keep falling into the same cycle. Emotional logical brain, the battle for control. Imagine your brain as a car with two drivers. The emotional brain, the impulse-driven monkey. This part of your brain is impatient. It seeks pleasure, avoids discomfort, and makes decisions based on how you feel in the moment. It's the voice that says, "I don't feel like working right now. I'll start tomorrow." The logical brain, the rational thinker. This part of your brain understands consequences. It knows that putting in the work today will lead to success tomorrow. It plans, strategizes, and sets goals. The problem? The emotional brain is louder. It doesn't care about future success. It cares about right now. That's why you keep choosing entertainment over productivity, distractions over focus. The secret to beating procrastination is learning how to silence the emotional brain and strengthen the logical brain. The procrastination loop, the vicious cycle. Most people don't procrastinate just once. They fall into a loop. Delay. You put off an important task. Guilt and anxiety. You feel bad about procrastinating. Distraction. To escape the guilt, you engage in more distractions, social media, TV, busy work. Short-term relief. Your brain feels good in the moment, reinforcing the behavior. Deadline panic. As the deadline approaches, stress skyrockets. Last-minute rush. You scramble to complete the task, producing low-quality work or missing the deadline altogether. And then, the cycle repeats. This loop is dangerous because it conditions your brain to seek avoidance as a solution. Every time you escape work through distractions, your brain learns that procrastination brings short-term relief. Breaking this cycle requires rewiring your brain, teaching it that action, not avoidance, is the real solution. The comfort zone trap, the silent killer of ambition. If procrastination is the enemy, then the comfort zone is its fortress. Staying in your comfort zone feels safe. No risk, no stress, no failure. But here's the ugly truth. The comfort zone is where dreams die. The comfort zone is where potential goes to waste. The comfort zone is where you stay the same while the world moves forward. You weren't born to be comfortable. You were born to grow. And growth only happens when you step into discomfort. Think of the most successful people in the world. Entrepreneurs, athletes, artists. Do you think they felt like practicing every day? Do you think they felt like pushing past rejection and failure? No, but they did it anyway. That's the difference between a time warrior and a procrastinator. A time warrior takes action even when they don't feel like it. Your first mission. Identify your biggest time wasters. Now that you understand why you procrastinate, it's time for your first mission. You need to identify the distractions and habits that steal your time. Step 1. Analyze your daily routine. For the next 24 hours, track everything you do. Write down how you spend your time, even the small things. You'll be shocked at how much time is wasted. Step 2. Identify your top 3 time wasters. Look at your list. Find the 3 biggest culprits, the things you do instead of working on important tasks. Examples: social media, Netflix, endless emails, mindless scrolling. Step 3. Ask yourself, why do I do this? For each time waster, ask yourself, am I avoiding something uncomfortable? Am I seeking instant gratification? Am I following a habit that no longer serves me? Step 4. Write it down. Physically, writing it down will make you more aware of your procrastination triggers. Awareness is the first step to change. Final thought, the war has begun. You are at the beginning of a battle for your time, your focus, your success. But here's the truth. You cannot win a war if you don't know who you're fighting. Now you know. You've seen the enemy. Procrastination is not just a bad habit, it's a force keeping you from your best life. The next step, crushing it. Your mission continues in the next chapter. Are you ready? Chapter 2, the Time Warrior Mindset, Rewiring Your Brain for Action. Think like a warrior, discipline over motivation. Imagine a warrior preparing for battle. They don't wake up and say, I hope I feel motivated to fight today. They train, sharpen their weapons, and show up no matter what. This is the mindset of a time warrior. Most people believe they need motivation to take action. They wait for the right mood or the perfect moment. But here's the truth. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is unstoppable. Motivation comes in waves. Some days you wake up feeling energized. Other days you feel drained. If you rely on motivation, you'll only work when you feel like it, which means you'll be inconsistent, easily distracted, and stuck in a cycle of procrastination. Discipline, on the other hand, is a decision. It means taking action whether you feel like it or not. It means doing the work even when you're tired, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you'd rather do something else. Warriors don't wait for motivation. They create momentum. How to train your warrior mindset. 1. Create rituals, not excuses. Warriors have routines. Set fixed times for deep work, just like a soldier has a training schedule. No negotiations, no excuses. 2. Kill the maybe mentality. Stop saying, I'll try. Say, I will. When you commit, your brain shifts from hesitation to action. 3. Treat every task like a mission. Whether it's a work project, a workout, or a personal goal, attack it with full intensity. Act as if your life depends on it, because your success does. Identity shifting, from procrastinator to action taker. Your identity shapes your behavior. If you keep telling yourself, I'm a procrastinator, guess what? You'll keep procrastinating. But if you start saying, I am someone who takes action, your brain will adjust to match this identity. You act based on who you believe you are. Think about it. A runner doesn't wake up and debate whether they should go for a run. Running is part of their identity, so they do it automatically. How to shift your identity. 1. Catch yourself in negative self-talk. Every time you say, I always procrastinate, stop and reframe it. I am learning to take action. 2. Act as if you already are an action taker. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, behave like someone who gets things done. The action comes first. The belief follows. 3. Use I am statements. Write down affirmations like, I am disciplined and focused. I take action immediately. I am a time warrior who crushes distractions. The future you test, seeing the consequences before they happen. Let's do a mental exercise. Imagine 2 versions of yourself. Version 1, the procrastinator. You continue delaying important tasks. You waste time on distractions. Deadlines pile up and stress builds. You feel guilt, regret, and frustration. Years pass, and you're stuck in the same place, wishing you had taken action sooner. Version 2, the time warrior. You take immediate action even when it's uncomfortable. You make progress every day. You feel proud of your discipline and focus. You achieve your goals faster than you imagined. Years pass, and you're living the life you once only dreamed about. Which version of yourself do you want to become? Every decision you make moves you toward one of these futures. Every moment you waste is time you can never get back. See the consequences now so you don't regret them later. Building mental toughness, pushing through resistance. You'll never feel like working all the time. That's normal. What separates warriors from procrastinators is how they respond to resistance. Every time you don't feel like taking action, remind yourself, discomfort is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Here's how to build unstoppable mental toughness. 1. The 5-minute rule. If you're resisting a task, tell yourself you only have to do it for 5 minutes. Once you start, you'll often keep going. 2. Use pain as fuel. Think about the frustration and regret you'll feel if you procrastinate. Let that pain drive you to take action. 3. Reward yourself for small wins. Warriors celebrate victories. After completing a task, give yourself a small reward, a break, a treat, or even just a fist pump. Action plan, your time warrior code. Your final mission in this chapter is to create your time warrior code, a personal mantra that reminds you of your new identity. Write a short, powerful statement that defines your mindset. Examples: I take action immediately. No excuses, no delays. Discipline over distraction. I control my time. Every action I take moves me closer to my best self. Write it down. Say it every morning. Live by it. Your mind is now your strongest weapon. You're no longer a victim of procrastination. You are a time warrior. Now it's time to start winning the battle. Next chapter, Tactical Strategies for Productivity. Are you ready? Chapter 3, The War Against Distractions. Mastering focus in a world of chaos. Imagine standing in the middle of a battlefield. Arrows fly past you, explosions shake the ground, voices shout in every direction, trying to pull your attention away. This is what modern life feels like. Distractions are the enemy, and they are everywhere. If you want to become a true time warrior, you must learn to fight for your focus. You must build an impenetrable mental fortress where distractions can't reach you. In this chapter, you'll uncover why your focus is under attack, how distractions hijack your brain, and the battle-tested strategies to reclaim control. The myth of multitasking, how it's destroying your productivity. For years, people have been told that multitasking is a skill, that being able to juggle multiple tasks at once is a sign of efficiency. This is a lie. Multitasking isn't making you more productive. It's making you worse at everything. Studies show that when you switch between tasks, your brain experiences a phenomenon called task switching cost. Each time you jump from one task to another, you lose time and mental energy. It takes an average of 23 minutes to refocus after a distraction. That means if you check your phone while working, you're not just losing a few seconds, you're losing nearly half an hour of deep focus. The multitasking experiment. Try this quick exercise. Write the word warrior on a piece of paper. Now underneath it, write the numbers 1 through 7. Time yourself. Now try this. Instead of writing warrior first, alternate between a letter and a number. Write W, then 1, then A, then 2, and so on. Time yourself again. The second method takes longer because your brain is constantly switching tasks. This is what happens when you try to multitask in real life. Solution: train yourself to work on one thing at a time. Focus on a single mission with full intensity before moving to the next. The dopamine trap: how your brain gets hijacked. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid discomfort. This is why distractions, especially digital ones, are so powerful. Every time you check your phone, scroll through social media, or switch tasks, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. The more you indulge in quick distractions, the more your brain craves them. This is why you can't resist checking your phone every few minutes. Your brain is addicted to the tiny dopamine hits from notifications, texts, and likes. The distraction cycle. You start a task, you hit a difficult part, and feel uncomfortable. You check your phone for a quick dopamine boost. You feel good for a second. You go back to work, but struggle to regain focus. You repeat the cycle and lose hours every day. Solution: break the dopamine addiction by controlling your digital environment. Turn off notifications. Your phone should serve you, not control you. Use grayscale mode. Social media apps are designed with bright colors to keep you addicted. Switching to black and white makes them less appealing. Set app limits. Restrict mindless scrolling by setting daily time limits for distracting apps. The power of the flow state, unlocking superhuman focus. Have you ever been so deeply focused that time seemed to disappear? That's called flow state, a psychological state where you perform at your absolute best. Athletes, musicians, and top performers all experience it. How flow works. You become completely absorbed in a task. Your brain silences distractions. Work feels effortless. Time flies. When you enter flow state, your productivity skyrockets. Studies show that people in flow are 500% more productive than normal. Solution: set up conditions for deep focus to enter flow state more often. Work in 90-minute blocks. Your brain works best in cycles, 90 minutes of deep work followed by a break. Eliminate all distractions. A single interruption can destroy your flow. Use background music. Instrumental music or white noise can help you stay focused. Practical tactics for unstoppable focus. The Deep Work Fortress Method, designing your environment for maximum focus. Your environment controls your focus. If your workspace is full of distractions, your brain will struggle to concentrate. Your mission: build an environment where distractions can't reach you. Remove your phone from your workspace. Put it in another room if needed. Create a focus ritual before starting deep work. Light a candle, put on noise-canceling headphones, or play focus music. Make your workspace distraction-free. No clutter, no notifications, no unnecessary tabs open. The Distraction Detox, a 7-day challenge to rewire your brain. If you want to reset your focus, try this 7-day challenge. Day 1, delete or limit your most distracting apps. Day 2, turn off all non-essential notifications. Day 3, set strict work hours and stick to them. Day 4, work in distraction-free sprints, use the 90-minute rule. Day 5, spend at least 1 hour completely disconnected from technology. Day 6, track your screen time and aim to cut it by 50%. Day 7, reflect on your progress and adjust your strategy. The 90-minute rule, working in focused sprints for peak efficiency. Your brain isn't designed to focus all day. The most productive people work in cycles, short, intense bursts followed by breaks. Work for 90 minutes with full intensity. Take a 15-minute break. Move, stretch, breathe. Repeat. Why it works. Your brain works best in ultradian rhythms, 90-minute cycles of high energy followed by rest. You get more done in less time because you're fully engaged. You avoid burnout by giving your mind structured breaks. Final mission. Take back control of your attention. The world is designed to steal your focus. Your phone is a battlefield. Your email inbox is a battlefield. Social media, Netflix, news headlines, all distractions are enemies in disguise. But you are a time warrior. You don't surrender your attention. You fight for it. Now it's time for action. Choose one distraction to eliminate today. Set up your deep work fortress. Try the 90-minute rule. Your focus is your greatest weapon. Master it, and you'll be unstoppable. Next chapter, The Art of Ruthless Prioritization. How to do more by doing less. Chapter 4, Slaying the Time Vampires. Eliminating time-sucking habits. Time is your most valuable resource, yet every single day unseen forces are draining it from you. These forces are what I call time vampires. Habits, people, and routines that suck away your time and energy without you even noticing. Think about it. Have you ever reached the end of the day, exhausted, yet feeling like you accomplished nothing? It's not your imagination. Your time is being stolen. But here's the good news. Once you identify these time vampires, you can fight back and take control of your day. In this chapter, you'll learn how to spot these invisible thieves, set boundaries, eliminate distractions, and reclaim lost hours. Who or what is stealing your time? I want you to take a moment and think. What are the biggest things that distract you from your goals? Chances are, they fall into one of these categories. First, digital distractions, social media, endless scrolling, checking notifications, mindlessly watching videos. What starts as just 5 minutes can turn into an hour without you realizing it. Second, pointless meetings and unnecessary conversations. How much time do you spend listening to people talk without any real outcome? Meetings that should have been an email. Conversations that go nowhere. Third, indecision and overthinking. Ever spend more time debating a choice than actually making one? Decision fatigue drains your mental energy, leaving you exhausted before you even begin. Fourth, energy-draining people, those who constantly demand your attention, pull you into their drama, or make you feel guilty for not giving them time. And finally, perfectionism, spending hours tweaking small details instead of getting things done. If any of these sound familiar, you're not alone. The first step to reclaiming your time is recognizing who or what is stealing it. The power of no. How to set boundaries without guilt. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something that truly matters. But why is it so hard to say no? For many, it's fear. Fear of disappointing others, fear of missing opportunities, or fear of seeming rude. But here's the truth. If you don't set boundaries, people will waste your time for you. So how do you say no without guilt? First, be direct but polite. Instead of making excuses, say something like, "I appreciate the offer, but I won't be able to commit to that right now." Second, blame your schedule. If saying no makes you uncomfortable, shift the responsibility to your workload. "I have other priorities at the moment, so I can't take this on." And third, offer an alternative. If you want to help but can't, redirect the request. "I can't do this, but maybe someone else can." Learning to say no is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. The urgent versus important test. How to stop wasting time on low-value tasks. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with time management is that they confuse being busy with being productive. Just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're doing what matters. Think about your day. How often do you find yourself reacting to emails, responding to messages, or handling other people's urgent requests instead of working on your own goals? To fix this, you need to separate urgent tasks from important ones. Urgent tasks are things that demand your attention right now. Emails, phone calls, last-minute requests. Important tasks are the ones that actually move you forward, working on your goals, learning new skills, planning for the future. The problem? Urgent tasks feel important in the moment, so they take priority over things that actually matter. Here's how to fix it. Before you start any task, ask yourself a simple question. Is this urgent or is this important? If it's urgent but not important, find a way to delegate it or minimize it. If it's important but not urgent, schedule time for it and make it a priority. This single habit, identifying what's truly important, can change the way you spend your time forever. Overcoming decision fatigue. Why fewer choices lead to more productivity. Have you ever felt exhausted from making decisions all day? Even simple ones like what to wear or what to eat? That's because every decision, no matter how small, uses up mental energy. This is called decision fatigue, and it's one of the biggest hidden drains on your productivity. Successful people understand this, which is why they eliminate unnecessary choices. Think about Steve Jobs. He wore the same black turtleneck every day. Mark Zuckerberg does the same with his gray t-shirt. They didn't do this because they lacked style. They did it to remove one more decision from their day so they could focus on what truly mattered. How can you apply this to your life? First, simplify your routine. Plan your day the night before so you're not making decisions in the moment. Second, create defaults. Instead of deciding what to eat for breakfast, have a go-to option. Instead of figuring out when to work out, have a set time. And third, use automation. Set up systems that remove small decisions like automatic bill payments, scheduled workouts, or pre-planned meals. The less time you spend on small choices, the more energy you have for big ones. Your mission: conduct a time audit. Now that you know where your time is going, it's time to take action. For the next 3 days, I want you to track everything you do. Every 30 minutes, write down what you just did. Be brutally honest. At the end of the day, look at your list and separate your activities into 2 categories. Category 1, high-value tasks. These are things that move you forward. Deep work, learning, exercise, personal growth. Category 2, time vampires. These are the distractions and low-value tasks that steal your time. Social media, excessive meetings, procrastination. Once you have your list, eliminate or reduce as many time vampires as possible. If you do this exercise, you'll be shocked at how much time you can reclaim. Final battle strategy. Become ruthless with your time. Time is not something you find. Time is something you take control of. Starting today, I want you to become ruthless with how you spend your time. Say no to distractions. Say no to pointless meetings. Say no to energy-draining people. And most importantly, say yes to the things that matter. Because the truth is, your time belongs to you. Own it, and you'll be unstoppable. Next chapter, The Art of Ruthless Prioritization. How to do more by doing less. Chapter 5, The Art of Ruthless Prioritization. Winning the day. Every morning, you wake up with a choice. You can either let the day control you, or you can take charge and dominate it. But here's the harsh truth. Most people stay busy but never make real progress. They jump from one task to another, responding to emails, checking notifications, handling urgent requests. Yet at the end of the day, they've accomplished nothing meaningful. That ends today. In this chapter, you'll learn how to prioritize like a warrior, focusing only on what truly matters and cutting out the distractions that waste your time. By the end, you'll have a daily battle plan, a strategy to ensure that every day brings you closer to success. The 80-20 rule. Doing less, achieving more. Have you ever noticed that a small portion of your actions leads to most of your results? That's not random. It's the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. Simply put, 20% of what you do creates 80% of your success. For example, 20% of your customers generate 80% of your revenue. 20% of your workouts give you 80% of your results. 20% of your tasks produce 80% of your achievements. But here's where most people fail. They spend 80% of their time on the wrong things. The secret to ruthless prioritization? Find your 20% and focus on it relentlessly. Ask yourself, what are the 20% of tasks that bring me the biggest results? What work actually moves the needle forward? What tasks am I doing that give me little to no return? Once you identify these, double down on what works and eliminate what doesn't. The Eisenhower Matrix, a warrior strategy for prioritization. Now that you know where your real results come from, let's take it a step further. President Dwight Eisenhower, a master strategist, created a simple but powerful system to decide what deserves your time and what doesn't. It's called the Eisenhower Matrix, and it breaks tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, do it now. These are the high-priority tasks that demand immediate action. If you ignore them, there will be serious consequences. Important but not urgent, schedule it. These tasks are crucial for long-term success, but don't need to be done right away. The problem? Most people ignore them until they become urgent. Urgent but not important, delegate it. These tasks feel urgent, but they don't actually contribute to your goals. If possible, pass them on to someone else. Neither urgent nor important, eliminate it. These are the time wasters: scrolling social media, watching pointless videos, unnecessary meetings. Cut them out ruthlessly. Before you start your day, run your to-do list through this filter. The goal is simple. Spend most of your time on tasks that are important but not urgent. That's where true success is built. The one thing method, the power of extreme focus. If you could only accomplish one thing today that would make the biggest impact, what would it be? This is the one thing method, and it's a game changer. Most people juggle 10 tasks at once, trying to feel productive, but the world's top performers focus on just one high-impact task each day. That one thing should be something that moves you closer to your biggest goal, creates momentum for everything else, has the highest return on effort. Each morning, ask yourself, what's the one thing I must do today that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? Once you have the answer, attack that task first, before checking emails, before scrolling, before distractions creep in. By focusing on your one thing every single day, you'll see massive progress in a matter of weeks. Eliminating the fake work trap. Stop being busy. Start being productive. Ever notice how some people always look busy, but never actually get anything done? That's because they're stuck in the fake work trap. Fake work is anything that makes you feel productive but doesn't move you forward. Examples? Spending hours organizing your email instead of doing real work. Attending endless meetings that accomplish nothing. Tweaking small details instead of finishing the big task. Being busy is a trap. Being productive is a choice. The fastest way to escape the fake work trap? Ask yourself, is this task actually leading to my goal, or am I just avoiding real work? If the answer is no, drop it and move on. Your strategy, creating a daily battle plan. Now it's time to put everything into action. Every morning, follow these 3 steps. Start with your one thing. Identify the single most important task that will create the biggest impact today. Use the Eisenhower Matrix. Run your to-do list through the 4 categories. Do it now. Schedule it. Delegate it. Eliminate it. Apply the 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% of tasks that drive the biggest results and cut out everything else. By using this daily battle plan, you'll get more done in less time. Eliminate distractions and low-value tasks. Make real progress every single day. Final command: become a master of your time. Success isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things at the right time. Starting today, I want you to be ruthless with your time. Forget about being busy. Be effective. Forget about doing everything. Do what matters. Because when you learn to prioritize like a warrior, you don't just win the day, you win at life. Chapter 6, Mastering Energy, the hidden key to peak performance. Imagine this. You've planned your perfect day. Your goals are set, your to-do list is ready, and your motivation is high. But by midday, your energy crashes. You feel drained, sluggish, and unable to concentrate. You reach for caffeine, push through exhaustion, and try to force productivity, but your brain refuses to cooperate. Frustrated, you end up wasting hours in low-energy distractions, and at the end of the day, you wonder, where did all my time go? This is the painful truth that most people ignore. You don't have a time management problem. You have an energy management problem. A time warrior doesn't just track hours on a clock. They master their energy so that every moment they spend working is laser-focused, efficient, and powerful. Because what's the point of having time if you don't have the energy to use it? Time versus energy management. The real battle. Most people believe that productivity is about squeezing more tasks into the day. They obsess over time blocking, planners, and rigid schedules. But if time management was the real key, then why do so many people with perfect schedules still struggle with exhaustion, procrastination, and lack of motivation? The truth is, your brain and body aren't machines. You can't just force yourself to be productive for 12 straight hours. Even the best strategies for focus and discipline will fail if your energy is depleted. That's why energy management is the real secret weapon. Instead of trying to control time, which is limited and inflexible, you must learn to control your energy, which you can optimize and replenish. Think of it this way. Would you rather have 4 high-energy focused hours where you produce exceptional work, or 10 sluggish, distracted hours where you barely accomplish anything? A time warrior chooses quality over quantity. The 4 energy pillars. How to optimize your power sources. Energy is not just physical. It has 4 key pillars: sleep, nutrition, movement, and mental clarity. And if even one of them is weak, your productivity suffers. Let's break them down. 1. Sleep, the ultimate performance enhancer. You wouldn't go into battle with a broken sword, yet every day people try to fight through their tasks on broken sleep. Studies show that even one night of sleep deprivation can impair focus, decision-making, and creativity. Chronic sleep deprivation makes procrastination worse and destroys self-discipline. The time warrior approach. Set a sleep alarm. Just as you set an alarm to wake up, set one to remind you when to start winding down. Defend the last hour. No screens, no work stress, just relaxation. Your brain needs a cue that it's time to sleep. Wake up at the same time daily, even on weekends. This keeps your energy cycles stable. 2. Nutrition. Fueling your warrior mind. Your brain is only as powerful as the fuel you give it. Processed junk food, sugar crashes, and excessive caffeine lead to brain fog, sluggishness, and energy dips. If you feel exhausted by 2 p.m. every day, your food choices may be the reason. The time warrior approach. Eat for mental clarity. Focus on whole foods, protein, and healthy fats that provide sustained energy. Hydration is key. Even mild dehydration can reduce focus and cause fatigue. Start your day with water, not caffeine. Cut the sugar spikes. High sugar leads to energy crashes. Swap sugary snacks for nuts, fruits, or dark chocolate. 3. Movement. Activating your warrior mode. You might think that exercise drains energy, but it actually creates energy. A sedentary lifestyle leads to sluggishness and weakens your ability to focus. Movement boosts oxygen flow to the brain, clears mental fog, and improves motivation. The time warrior approach. Move every hour. Even a 2-minute stretch breaks sluggishness. Train like a warrior. Strength training, walking, or even simple bodyweight exercises boost brain function. Use energy reset workouts. A 5-minute burst of activity, push-ups, jumping jacks, can instantly shake off laziness. 4. Mental clarity, strengthening the mind. Even if your body is energized, a cluttered mind will sabotage your focus. Mental fatigue often comes from decision overload, stress, and distraction. The strongest warriors protect their mental space fiercely. The time warrior approach. Declutter your mind. Too many open loops, unfinished tasks, worries, distractions drain mental energy. Write things down to clear space. Protect your mornings. Avoid checking emails or social media first thing in the morning. Start your day with intention. Train your focus. Muscle. Meditation, deep breathing, or even 5 minutes of silence daily can sharpen your mental resilience. The energy cycles technique. Working with your body, not against it. Most people force themselves to work long hours without breaks, ignoring their body's natural rhythms. But your brain doesn't function at full capacity all day. It follows energy cycles. Instead of fighting your body's natural patterns, work with them. Here's how. Identify your peak hours. Pay attention to when you naturally feel the most focused. Are you sharpest in the morning, afternoon, night? Schedule deep work for peak energy. Protect your highest energy time slots for your most important tasks. Use strategic breaks. Instead of pushing through exhaustion, take short recovery breaks to recharge your focus. A well-managed energy cycle allows you to get more done in less time with less effort. Defeating burnout, the warrior's recovery plan. Burnout is a silent killer. It sneaks up on you, disguising itself as working hard, until one day your motivation vanishes. You feel numb, exhausted, and uninspired. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It's a sign of poor energy management. How to recharge like a warrior. Listen to your body. If you constantly feel drained, don't push harder. Adjust your energy inputs: sleep, food, movement, mental clarity. Schedule recovery time. Even warriors need rest. Take breaks, step away from work, and allow yourself to reset. Use active rest. Instead of mindlessly scrolling social media, do activities that restore you. Walk in nature, read, journal, or engage in a hobby. The strongest warriors are not the ones who never rest, but the ones who know how to recover and return stronger. Tactical steps, designing your high-performance daily routine. You now have the blueprint for managing your energy like a time warrior. But knowledge alone is useless without action. Here's how to apply everything you've learned. Audit your energy. Track your sleep, nutrition, movement, and mental clarity for 3 days. Identify weak points. Optimize your mornings. Start your day with hydration, movement, and focus instead of distractions. Work in energy cycles. Use your peak hours for deep work and take breaks before burnout hits. Create an evening wind-down routine. Protect your sleep by setting a consistent bedtime and unplugging from screens. Plan weekly recovery. Schedule at least one intentional recovery activity each week to prevent burnout. Master your energy, and you'll master your life. Time warriors don't just manage their hours, they manage their power. When your energy is at its peak, you don't just get more done, you become unstoppable. Chapter 7, The Procrastination Killers. Powerful strategies for instant action. You sit down, ready to work, but instead of starting, you hesitate. You check your phone. You open a new tab. You tell yourself, I'll start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes turn into an hour turns into a day, and suddenly you're scrambling to catch up. Sound familiar? That's procrastination in action, a silent enemy that steals your time, drains your potential, and keeps you stuck. But here's the truth. Procrastination isn't about laziness. It's about fear, hesitation, and the mind's instinct to avoid discomfort. The good news? There are weapons to fight back. Simple but powerful strategies that force you into action before your brain has a chance to resist. Let's dive in. The 5-second rule. Eliminating hesitation in an instant. Ever felt the urge to do something? Wake up early, start a task, make a call. But within seconds, your brain talks you out of it? That's because hesitation kills momentum. The longer you wait, the more excuses your mind creates. The solution? The 5-second rule. It's simple. The moment you feel an impulse to act, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then move. No thinking, no debating, just act. Why does this work? Because it hijacks the hesitation response. Your brain doesn't get a chance to overanalyze or procrastinate. Instead, you use a countdown to bypass doubt and shift straight into action mode. Need to get out of bed? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand up. Hesitating to start a difficult project? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open the document. Avoiding a workout? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lace up your shoes. It's fast, it's brutal, and it works. The micro-commitment trick, outsmarting your own mind. Starting is the hardest part of any task. Your brain sees a big project and panics. The solution? Make the first step so ridiculously small that your brain can't resist. This is the power of micro-commitments. Instead of saying, I have to write a report, tell yourself, I'll just write 1 sentence. Instead of saying, I need to work out, say, I'll just do 1 push-up. Instead of saying, I have to clean the entire house, say, I'll just clear 1 table. Here's what happens. Once you start, momentum kicks in. That single sentence turns into a paragraph. 1 push-up turns into 10. 1 cleaned table turns into the whole room. Your mind just needs a gateway action, a small, easy step that gets the ball rolling. Try it. Pick a task you've been avoiding and commit to just 2 minutes. That's all. You'll be shocked at how often you keep going. The pain and pleasure hack, rewiring your brain for action. Your brain has 2 driving forces, avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. Procrastination happens because, in the moment, your brain sees work as painful and distractions as pleasurable. But what if you flip the script? Try this. Make inaction painful. Think about the consequences of not acting. What will it cost you? Will you miss a deadline, lose an opportunity, feel regret? Make action pleasurable. Find ways to make the task rewarding. Listen to music while working, treat yourself after completing it, or focus on how good you'll feel afterward. Example, if you skip the gym, how will you feel in 6 months? Weak, unhealthy, frustrated. If you work out now, how will you feel after? Strong, energized, proud. Use this trick whenever procrastination strikes. Make inaction painful and taking action rewarding, and your brain will crave productivity. The accountability formula, how to stay on track. Ever noticed how easy it is to break a promise to yourself, but much harder to break one to someone else? That's because accountability changes everything. When you know someone is expecting you to take action, you're far less likely to procrastinate. Use one of these accountability strategies. Public commitment. Tell a friend, mentor, or social media that you're going to do something. The pressure to follow through will keep you in check. Accountability partner. Pair up with someone who has similar goals. Check in daily to keep each other accountable. Deadlines and consequences. Set a deadline and add a consequence if you don't meet it, e.g., donate money to a cause you dislike. The key? Make sure someone is watching. Procrastination thrives in secrecy. Destroy it with accountability. Your mission: pick one strategy and apply it now. Don't just listen to this and move on. Pick one of these strategies and use it today. The 5-second rule. Count down from 5 and take action. Micro-commitments. Start with just 2 minutes of any task. Pain and pleasure hack. Make inaction painful and action rewarding. Accountability formula. Tell someone your goal and make it public. Your future self is watching. Slay procrastination before it slays you. Chapter 8. The Time Warrior's Rituals. Designing your ultimate daily system. A warrior doesn't charge into battle without preparation. A champion doesn't perform without a routine. Your time and focus are your weapons, and how you prepare for each day determines your success. This chapter is about building a system that eliminates guesswork and makes peak performance automatic. You won't rely on motivation. You won't waste time deciding what to do next. Instead, you'll create Time Warrior rituals, structured routines that prime your mind and body for action. The power of morning routines. Start your day like a warrior. The way you start your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. Wake up late, scroll through your phone, and rush out the door? You've already lost. But when you own your morning, you own your day. Every high performer, from CEOs to athletes, follows a structured morning ritual. It eliminates mental fog, builds momentum, and sets you up for success. Your Time Warrior morning routine. A powerful morning routine doesn't have to take hours. It just needs to be intentional. Try this framework. Wake up with purpose. No snooze button. No scrolling. Get out of bed immediately. Move your body. Even 5 minutes of stretching, jumping jacks, or push-ups will wake up your brain. Fuel your mind. Read, journal, or listen to something inspiring. Fill your head with powerful thoughts. Set your intentions. Review your top priorities for the day. Know exactly what must get done. Start with action. Before distractions creep in, tackle your most important task. Even a 10-minute morning routine like this can change everything. The goal? Start strong, so you stay strong. The pre-battle ritual for work. Instantly enter focus mode. Ever sit down to work but struggle to get started? Your brain needs a trigger to enter focus mode. That's why top performers use a pre-battle ritual, a short sequence that signals to your brain, it's time to lock in. Here's how to create yours. Clear your battlefield. Declutter your workspace. A messy desk equals a messy mind. Eliminate distractions. Silence notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Enter Do Not Disturb mode. Set a timer. Use a countdown, like 90 minutes, to create urgency. Use a focus trigger. Play the same music, light a candle, or put on noise-canceling headphones, something that signals it's go time. Begin with a small win. Start with an easy task to build momentum, then attack your hardest task. This ritual trains your brain to snap into deep focus on command. The evening reflection, locking in progress and staying on track. Most people waste their evenings, mindlessly scrolling, watching TV, or worrying about tomorrow. But the most productive warriors use the night to sharpen their mind. Your evening routine isn't just about relaxation. It's about reflection and preparation. The Time Warrior evening routine. Review the day. Ask yourself, what did I accomplish? What could I improve? Plan tomorrow's attack. Write down the top 3 things you must do the next day. Shut down work mode. Step away from screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Unwind with purpose. Read, meditate, or journal to clear your mind. Prioritize sleep. Go to bed at the same time each night. Your brain needs rest to dominate the next day. When you end the day with intention, you wake up with clarity. Your warrior blueprint. Design your ultimate daily system RAM. Routines aren't about restriction. They're about freedom. When you have a clear system, you remove decision fatigue, reduce stress, and make productivity effortless. Now it's time to create your own Time Warrior rituals. Design your morning routine. How will you start your day with power? Create a pre-battle ritual. What steps will you take before deep work? Build your evening reflection. How will you close each day with purpose? Don't wait. Write down your routines and commit to them. When you control your daily habits, you control your life. Master your rituals, and you'll become unstoppable. Chapter 9. Overcoming Setbacks. How to get back on track instantly. Even the strongest warriors stumble. Even the most disciplined minds slip. Setbacks are not a question of if, they're a question of when. What separates winners from quitters is not whether they fail. It's how they respond when they do. If you've ever found yourself stuck in procrastination, falling back into old habits, or feeling like you've lost momentum, this chapter is your battle plan to get back on track fast. Why failure is part of the game. Most people see failure as a sign to stop. Warriors see failure as feedback. When you procrastinate, miss deadlines, or lose focus, your brain whispers, "You failed again. You're just not disciplined enough. Maybe you're not meant to do this." That voice is a lie. Here's the truth. Setbacks are part of the process. Every master was once a beginner. Every success story is filled with failures. The key is learning how to bounce back instantly, instead of getting stuck in a spiral of guilt and delay. The Bounce Back Framework, recovering fast from procrastination. When you fall off track, don't waste time overthinking. Use this step-by-step method to snap back into action. 1. Pause and reflect. Instead of beating yourself up, ask, what happened? Was it lack of energy? Distractions? Fear? Identify the root cause. 2. Cut the guilt. Guilt keeps you stuck. Accept that setbacks happen and shift your focus to what you can do next. 3. Take immediate action. Don't wait until you feel ready. Do something, anything, right now to break the procrastination cycle. 4. Use a reset ritual. Stand up, take a deep breath, change locations, or play a motivational song. A physical reset can break mental hesitation. 5. Start small. Pick the easiest possible task related to your goal. Success is built on momentum, not perfection. Example, if you've been avoiding work on a project, don't aim to finish it in one go. Just commit to 5 minutes. Getting started is often all you need to regain control. The power of tiny wins, rebuilding confidence and momentum. When you're stuck in procrastination, the worst thing you can do is try to make up for lost time by aiming too high. That only leads to more overwhelm. Instead, focus on small, fast victories. Make your bed. A simple completed task shifts your mindset. Write 1 sentence. If you can write 1, you can write more. Do 1 push-up. Action sparks motivation, not the other way around. Each tiny win tells your brain, I'm back in control. Your battle plan. Create a procrastination emergency kit. You need a pre-made strategy for when you slip into procrastination. Build your procrastination emergency kit, a go-to list of tactics that help you recover instantly. Here's how to create yours. 1. List your triggers. What typically causes you to procrastinate? Distractions, overwhelm, perfectionism? 2. Choose your reset moves. What quick actions help you break the cycle? A deep breath? A 5-minute sprint? A music change? 3. Write down your emergency mantra, a phrase like, action first, motivation second. 4. Set a go-to first step. The smallest action you can take immediately. The next time you feel stuck, don't think, don't hesitate. Just open your kit, follow the steps, and take back control. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by how fast you rise after them. Chapter 10. Becoming Unstoppable, the Final Transformation. You've fought battles against procrastination, distraction, and wasted potential. You've built discipline, eliminated time vampires, and created a system for peak performance. But this is not the end. This is your transformation into an unstoppable force. Being a time warrior isn't about winning once. It's about winning for life. How to stay motivated for life. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes like the wind. That's why warriors don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. The secret to long-term success is turning productive actions into automatic habits. You don't think about brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. You just do it. That's how taking action should feel. Here's how to make discipline effortless. 1. Anchor new habits to existing routines. Link your most important task to something you already do. Example, after my morning coffee, I start my most important work. 2. Make it impossible to fail. Reduce friction. Set up your environment so the right choice is the easy choice. Example, block distractions before starting work. 3. Use the 2-day rule. If you ever skip a productive habit, never skip it twice in a row. Missing once is life. Missing twice is the start of a new bad habit. 4. Track your wins. Keep a journal or a simple checklist of your daily victories. Progress, even small, fuels momentum. When discipline replaces motivation, you become unstoppable. The secret of self-image, seeing yourself as a time warrior. Your identity shapes your actions. If you believe you're a procrastinator, you'll act like one. If you believe you're a time warrior, you'll act like one. Change your identity, change your life. Instead of saying, I have to be productive, say, I am a productive person. I should stop procrastinating. Say, I take action immediately. I wish I was disciplined. Say, I'm disciplined. Every time you make a strong decision, every time you fight through resistance, you reinforce your identity. The goal is for taking action to feel natural, not forced, because this is who you are now. Leaving a legacy. How mastering time changes everything. This journey is bigger than just you. When you take control of your time, you inspire others. Your discipline, focus, and drive impact your family, your friends, your career, and even the people you haven't met yet. You become the kind of person who leads by example, takes responsibility for their future, achieves success on their own terms. Every second of your life is a seed. How you spend your time determines what kind of future you grow. Make it count. Your final mission, declare your time warrior oath. A warrior's journey never truly ends, it evolves. Right now, make your final commitment. Speak it out loud, write it down, or whisper it to yourself. I am a time warrior. I take action, not excuses. I control my time, my focus, and my future. I will not waste my potential. I will win every battle, one moment at a time. This is your oath. This is your path. And now it's time to go out and dominate. Conclusion. Your time warrior journey begins now. As you stand at the threshold of this transformative journey, remember that the path of a time warrior is paved with intention, focus, and consistent action. You've gathered the tools, the wisdom, and the mindset required to take control of your time and master the art of productivity. This is not just a chapter in your life. It is the beginning of an exciting adventure that will shape your future. Final words of encouragement. The power to shape your reality lies within you. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances. Start now. Every small step you take will build momentum and lead you to a place where your time is aligned with your highest aspirations. Remember, every day is a new opportunity to take charge. Your future self will thank you for the actions you take today. Be brave, be bold, and trust that you have everything you need to succeed. How to keep growing. The journey doesn't end here. To continue evolving as a time warrior, seek out resources that inspire and challenge you. Books, podcasts, courses, and communities dedicated to mastering time management and productivity will keep you learning and growing. Set new goals, track your progress, and stay committed to refining your skills. Stay in tune with your personal growth and embrace the habit of continuous learning. The key to mastery lies in your commitment to the process. Keep pushing forward. Your potential is limitless.